Hello and welcome to Jemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the box below and concluded you're a power year number 6, then you are at the right place. Hiya, sixes. If you are a 6 for 2020, that means you're in the month of 9 for December 2020. So let's take our first deck, sixes, and this first part of the reading, this deck is going to be our business reading. And while I shuffle the cards for you, six, I want to re-explain to you what those numbers mean and how they're going to influence your reading today. Now, six is the most romantic number out of your cycle, out of your 10-year cycle. And it can mean that this is the year that you finally, commit or find that right person, or if you're interested in getting married or living with someone. It can also be the year where you end relationships. So you might end a romantic relationship, or you might end friendships. It's really about relationships and communication, and you'll be having challenges this year in those areas, most likely. 6 is also about responsibility, and so you're kind of holding out saying, well, how much do I owe this person and situation? How much do I have to be involved with it? How much do I have to do? And how much have I done in the past? Do I want to continue doing that? Or maybe I do owe someone in a particular situation. So you're grappling with that. 6 can be where you're actually taking care of other people, and that can be mentally or physically. Now, this month of 9 is about endings. It's about endings. So let's see what happens for you if you are a 6 and you have a job. Now, I do want to tell you, sixes, that all words in this reading are for you. So if one part of the reading doesn't make sense, but it certainly fits, your romantic life, take it. It's for you. This is a general reading for several people at once. So you have to take what works for you and run with it. Okay, sixes. So for those of you who are working, we're gonna aim to be specific here, and I have the Devil card. So I feel like it means that you might be thinking of taking some time off or changing it up somehow in your job. Or you also can be given a bad deal where someone offered you something and then they reneged on it, or they wouldn't give you something, and you have a big decision of, well, what am I going to do about that? I feel like leaving, or I feel like separating from this situation, and yet I feel very guilty or committed to this situation. So I don't have a conclusion for you, sixes. I have that you are realizing that something's going to have to come to an end, whether it's something physical or a belief situation. Something has got to change, and it's making you feel very, very badly, and you're dabbling back and forth about what to do. This can even be about you've been working from home, and now the company wants you to come back in and work with the public, and you're actually thinking of telling them, well, then I only want to do part-time, or I only want to work part-time from home. But you have something that's looming over your head in one way, shape, or form that you're feeling badly about letting go of, or leaving, or afraid that you're letting something down. Again, I don't have that conclusion. Let's take a look at sixes who are looking for work. Maybe there'll be more information in here for you, sixes who are working. Maybe not. That might be the situation, that you're going to roll into your year of 7 in 2021. And 7 is the year of what's my purpose and what do I really want. So these feelings may be blossoming to carry you into your next year, where you really make, that who am I and who do I want to be moving forward in my life. You might be getting set up for that. Let's take a look, though, at those of you sixes who are looking for work, because they're just playing maybe more information. Okay. Okay. I'm going to give what I have, and then I'm going to figure out how the numbers apply, because this is a little bit busy. And I have you in a really nice place, and I have that, you see, you're in this month of endings, so you may be a good worker or have been a good worker, but suddenly there's a cutback or there's a change in some way, shape, or form that ends how things have been. And now you're stuck because you're like, well, wait a minute, I thought things were okay or going well, and now there are these changes, and I don't like these changes. So it can be the end for some of you. When it comes to the topic of work, it can be the end of a sense of security that you had, a sense of righteousness that you had, a sense that you were on the right track, and suddenly something implodes and you're like, uh-oh. Now where I thought maybe I had my ducks in a row, I don't, and maybe I have to start all over again. Something along those lines. And you're disheartened about that, and you don't like it. So across the board, I don't have a conclusion for sixes when it comes to work, except that there is upheaval and an ending of some sort of something that was sustaining you. Maybe you were very, very busy, and maybe you were doing very well, and all of a sudden things have really slowed down. And it's annoying, and you have to figure out why and get things going again. That's what I have for you sixes, and like I've said many times today while doing readings, I feel like we have to consider that we're going from, into a new year, it's new numbers, and it is an open-ended situation where you are concerned when it comes to the workplace. So let's take a look at, let's move on to love. And let's take a look for our sixes who are in a relationship. And let's see what we have. What can we expect in this month of endings for our sixes in this month of relationships? Okay, so we have here that someone or something, a situation, let's start with a person. It's easier to understand. This card, technically, if I'm doing a one-on-one reading, I'm going to say someone isn't giving you all the information that you need. So you're thinking maybe something's wrapped up, or you're ready to wrap up, or you're thinking, well, that's the end of that show, or that thing is never going to rear its ugly head again. But the fact is that somebody is not being completely honest with you in your relationship, and they are holding out for whatever reason, and you've been hanging. I have this hangman again. You've been hanging a long time to try to get some kind of a conclusion or answer, and you've been patient and honest, and yet someone isn't letting you know everything in the relationship. Now, where you're headed is a lot of choices and a lot of options are coming your way. So perhaps this person who isn't telling you everything is trying to spare you because they're waiting to see what happens in whatever situation it is to let you know everything's going to be okay, or you're going to be able to move forward in the way that you've been waiting to move forward. So I feel like for your partner, things are coming to them that are going to be positive, and it's going to sprinkle down on you. Now, that means the ending of something negative in this month of December and moving into something more positive. So by the end of the month, you should have an idea that something is more positive in your relationship where you weren't sure before. Now let's take a look for those of you looking for love who are in this year of 6, because this is a great year to meet someone, and yet you're in this month of endings. So let's take a look at those of you looking for love. Maybe you're in a relationship and somebody comes back. Maybe you're looking to get back together with someone. Let's see what these cards have to say. Okay. 6s. I've got the Death card here, and for anybody who is interested in the tarot deck, you know that the Death card means letting go of the life that you're living to receive the wonderful life that's waiting for you. So I feel like for some of you, you've been maybe put into a position where you were left behind, or maybe you're deciding, do I have to let something go? Because sometimes you have to let something go to know where you stand with them, where you stand with someone else, where you stand in a situation. So maybe you've been living at home and you're debating and you're thinking, maybe it's time I moved out, because what's happening is that when I'm not here, my parents worry, or I have to keep tabs, and they're, it's getting to be too much, and maybe I need to free up my lifestyle so that I can have a moment's peace, so that I can sleep over somebody's house if I want to. There is a little hint here too of something from the past. So it may not be the exact person or situation from the past that you're trying to get back. It may be that you were in a happy relationship once. It may be that you lived in a certain town and felt a certain way once. It may be that you lived on your own once, or maybe you're living on your own now and the pressure is killing you, and your parents, or whomever, wherever home is and who's ever there, would actually take a lot of the burden off of your shoulders, and you can go back to not being in a constant financial struggle and have more time to dedicate to a person, to an issue at hand. So you're at a big decision about wrapping something up. You're in the month of 9, you've got this Death card here, so you are really trying to wrap something up. It's a big decision for you so that you can move forward but feel good like you have at another time in your life, and keep moving forward. I'm not going to give more examples. I'm going to stop myself, 6s, because I only confuse the issue. So if you have a specific situation or question, jump onto my website and send me the question, and we'll figure it out on a one-to-one. Okay, 6s, now if you would just think of a very specific question, I'm going to ask, what's the best we can expect? What's the best we can expect from your specific questions? Okay, 6s? So think of a question, la 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 la. It can be about love again, it can be about job again, it can be about any relationship you've got, it can be about relocation or moving, anything at all. In this month of endings, let's see how it's going to go. Now, I am a para year number 6 this year. Let me just think of my question. See, the tricky thing is that I've got All right, I'm going to declare it in my head of which one. I'm going to choose one question because I know from doing this that if I'm adamant about what my question is, it's the only way I'm going to understand the answer. Otherwise, I'm all over the place. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. What's the best that we can expect in this particular situation for our sixes in this month of December 2020? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm thinking about my own question, and I know darn well that I lack confidence in it. And I have a card here that says you're lacking confidence in where you want to go and where your direction is that you want to go. And this is not an overnighter. Whatever your question is, it's not an overnighter. And you have to declare the boundaries and limitations that you have and requirements that you have for a situation. Write them down. What do I really want? And how do I want to get it? And how do I want to keep it? Or how do I want to achieve it? Or how do I keep it going? Whatever the outline is. And then you say, and I'm going to stick with this. And I'm going to take the time that it takes to make it happen. Because if I declare it to the universe that this is what I want, the universe is going to start manifesting it. That's actually, you don't say, let's learn something about metaphysics, sixes. We don't put it out to the universe that we want something. If the universe hears lack, it gives you lack. So if you say, well, I really, really, really want a boyfriend, the universe hears that you're lacking a boyfriend. So it says, oh, she wants to continue lacking. So we'll just keep her there. And she can keep wanting. So that's how the universe works. You have to word it to the universe. This is so important, sixes, that it's already happened. I thank the universe for the most wonderful mate I could ever imagine. Everything I've ever wanted, I have, and I thank in a lover, and I thank the universe for giving it to me. Now, that's not my question, but I have to phrase it as it's all working out beautifully. The situation at hand is working out beautifully. It has ended. We're in this month of 9. We're at the end of my year of 6. My conflict has ended, and it has sorted itself out beautifully, and time is on my side, and it's always going to be there for me and help me with this. That's the way you phrase it to the universe to get what you want, as if it's already happened. Now, what these cards are saying is that there are people you can ask for help or for guidance, or there is some kind of mega force, sixes, that you're working with already, or that you can seek out to get the best guidance to make you feel more confident and lead you to the outcome that you want. You need a specialist in the field that your question relates to. And that can be, like, I know that a lot of people go on computer sites, and particularly during COVID, but there are probably dating sites that are still in person, or that you can talk to the owner of one and maybe get some guidance on the right way of selling yourself, not selling yourself literally, but presenting yourself. And that's what this is talking about. It's talking about talk to the person in the know who can help you, then know that you're doing everything right and what you can, and then have the patience for it to pan out. You're at the end of something here in this month, and if that's like you want to stop feeling badly about something, then tell yourself, this is the end of the month of feeling badly. I'm going to find out the right steps to do, and I'm going to do it. And that's it. And I'm going to carry on, and I'm going to keep the faith that it's all going to be okay. Thanks, Sixes. Thanks for joining Gemma's Window. We're going to see you next year when you are in the year of 7. We're going to discuss that. I can't wait. Looking forward to it. Have a wonderful December, Sixes. If you haven't subscribed, please do, or jump onto my email at gemmaswindow@gmail.com, and you can get more information about me or contact me directly. Thanks, Sixes. See you next time.